All right, so we're going to read Saul kills the priests of Nob. David therefore departed from there and escaped to the cave of Adullam. So when his brothers and all his father's house heard it, they went down there to him. And everyone who was in distress, everyone who was in debt, and everyone who was discontented gathered to him. So he became captain over them, and there were about 400 men with him. Then David went from there to Mizpah of Moab, and he said to the king of Moab, "Please let my father and mother come here with you, till I know what God will do for me." So he brought them before the king of Moab, and they dwelt with him all the time that David was in the stronghold. Now the prophet Gad said to David, "Do not stay in the stronghold. Depart and go to the land of Judah." So David departed and went into the forest of Hereth. When Saul heard that David and the men who were with him had been discovered, now Saul was staying in Gibeah under a tamarisk tree in Ramah, with his spear in his hand, and all his servants standing about him. Then Saul said to his servants who stood about him, "Hear now, you Benjamites, will the son of Jesse give every one of you fields and vineyards, and make you all captains of thousands and captains of hundreds? All of you have conspired against me, and there was no one who reveals to me that my son has made a covenant with the son of Jesse, and there is not one of you who is sorry for me or reveals to me that my son has stirred up my servant against me, to lie in wait as it is this day." So he's just paranoid as heck. Then answered Doeg the Edomite, who was set over the servants of Saul, and said, "I saw the son of Jesse going to Nob, to Abimelech, the son of Ahitub. And he inquired of the Lord for him, gave him provisions, and gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine. So the king sent to call Ahimelech the priest, the son of Ahitub, and all his father's house, the priests who were in Nob, and they all came to the king." So they probably didn't know what the heck was going on. And Saul said, "Hear now, son of Ahitub," and answered, "Here I am, my lord." And Saul said to him, "Why have you conspired against me, you and the son of Jesse, in that you have given him bread and a sword, and have inquired of God for him, and that he should rise against me to lie in wait as it is this day?" So Ahimelech answered the king and said, "And who among all your servants is as faithful as David, who is the king's son-in-law, who goes at your bidding, and is honorable in your house? Did I then begin to inquire of God for him? Far be it from me. Let not the king impute anything to his servant, or to any in the house of my father, for your servant knew nothing of all this, little or much." And the king said, "You shall surely die, Ahimelech, you and all your father's house." Then the king said to the guards who stood about him, "Turn and kill the priests of the Lord, because their hand is also with David, and because they knew when he fled and did not tell it to me." But the servants of the king would not lift their hands to strike the priests of the Lord. They're like, "We don't want to be cursed. What's wrong with you?" And the king said to Doeg, "You turn and kill the priests." So Doeg the Edomite turned and struck the priests, and killed on that day 85 men who wore a linen ephod. That is terrible. So Nob, the city of the priests, he struck with the edge of the sword, both men and women, children, nursing infants, oxen, donkeys, and sheep, with the edge of the sword. So he's just going crazy. He's like, "I'm just going to kill everyone." Now, one of the sons of Ahimelech, the son of Ahitub, named Abiathar, escaped and fled after David. So he's like, "David's not going to tell you what's going on." And Abiathar told David that Saul had killed the Lord's priests. So David said to Abiathar, "I knew that day, when Doeg the Edomite was there, that he would surely tell Saul. I have caused the death of all the persons of your father's house." So he's thinking it's his fault, "Stay with me, do not fear, for he who seeks my life seeks your life, but with me you shall be safe." He's like, he'll be safe because I'll take him out if I had to. Okay. So, so Saul's just going rampant. I mean, just total rampant. I mean, you know, he went from not really wanting to be king to being king, going to war, messing up his mind, and now he's just totally going nuts. Totally just crazy. So, you know, um, yeah. So that's just such a sad story. I mean, it really is. But, it's sad when people just go that crazy. They're just like, we're just going to kill everybody, for no reason, just because, and that still happens today. People just go nuts and just go kill everybody. Even people that have nothing to do with what I'm mad about, who I'm mad about. He originally wanted to kill David, and now he's killing the priests, and everybody in that town of Nob, It's like, so anyway. But next, we're going to be reading David Escapes to the Wilderness. So David's getting out of there. So, all right. So we'll see what happens next.